market. Plus, the poor experiences previously with businesses and money investors coaching leaves people with their trust broken and their confidence shot. We've all seen the master classes. We've all seen the personal coach. Hey, sign up, spend 600. Yeah, those are poor experiences that'll leave someone's confidence shot and they don't want to come into the market. But I'm not here to sell you anything. As always, I take note of what I did, took the steps down from when I started and how I secured things. So later on, I can help someone else because I'm not an advisor or a professional. I'm just like you. That's what makes it cool. So I'm glad you're here today to join us and to learn how you too can onboard yourself, of course, into Web3. So it doesn't matter where you go on the planet. If you want to start a Twitter account, if you want to start an Instagram, if you want to start a profile for that new job you just got hired into, you still have to onboard. And the first step in all onboarding that's in common is starting your profile. Yes. Surprise. It isn't any different in Web3. You still have to get your profile started. The only difference is Web3 is any other time you're told where to go and where to start. In Web3, you're the consumer, creator, investor. You decide. There's many great platforms that one can decide where they want to get their first profile going for their initial investments or journey in the space of Web3. And of course, today we're talking about profile platforms as far as OpenSea or Binance, some of the big guys for trading, right? But it doesn't matter. If you go and you Google and you say, what's cryptocurrency? And Binance comes up and you see it and you say, this sounds interesting. What's the next step? Starting your profile, of course. So setting up your profile is your first commitment because when you do that commitment, you're giving your time, the time to learn, the time to explore on that platform. So before you do give that time and your information, make sure it's a product you believe in. Compare it to a few other products. See how they're different. They may all be platforms, but are all the platforms doing the same thing? No. Are all the exchanges doing the same thing? No. So my DYOR challenge for the average consumer who's starting this journey is to find your product. Do they serve a cause you like? Do they have good business practices? Does it align with just what you like and like? These are the questions you have to ask yourself as the average investor when you decide to come into Web3. Because those questions right there will take you on the research journey that you should be going on to make sure that you believe in this brand before you spend a dime. I personally am not telling you to spend a dime. In fact, I'm telling you to do the exact opposite. I'm telling you to sign up and get the free bonuses from signing up. Start your journey there. Start your journey with their money, not yours, and learn with their money. So as you're making the mistakes and getting around the curve, it's money that you never actually had to invest. It's money that you never actually had to spend. It's money that was given to you as a beta user for signing up because that's how I see it in my mind. But for the average user, for you, it's just you signing up. But that's really what it is for a lot of these starter companies. They may not convey that, but we're early. You're in less than 1% of the 1%. So, yeah, you get incentives for signing up, and you can also earn incentives through learning and earning on different platforms. But again, that's up to you to do your own research and decide what's for you. Now, back to getting your account set up. Typical steps in getting your account set up so that you could later trade or buy NFTs or crypto always go into the same thing. You want to set up your profile, pick a picture, put your pertinent data and details, and make sure for certain exchanges and platforms, you go to your email that you put on that profile and confirm the email address. Because oftentimes, as a security protocol, they will send you a email verification link, and your profile won't fully be active until you click and verify that link. Sometimes you also have to do that verification from the same device that you started it on. So if you started the application on your app, you may have to verify it on your app. Many of the apps we're using for this have incentives. So You either get crypto shares, stock shares, money funded into your account from just signing up. And there are different incentives per app, per platform. So I'm going to give the green light to Craig here for a minute. I want you to give him the green light for a second and see what your experience was when you very first signed up on one of these platforms, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so my experience was pretty simple. I mean, especially at that time, because there was very little, if any, KYC actually going on. So essentially, you just walked on there and you got free money to essentially do what you wanted with. And the thing that I did like was that they did allow for you to do other like learning tutorials and learn about other blockchains or learn about other coins, and it would actually go into that information, but then they would give you some at the end of it. Specifically, Coinbase is great for that. I'm sure that other places do that too at this point. If they don't, well, I hope they do soon. But I felt that just getting that free money, quote unquote, was essential to making it easy for me to just hop on there and be like, okay, I could try that. What, you get more money? That's sweet. But the thing was, is then how do you use it? How do you convert it? Like, where is it actually? Those are the questions that I kind of had from there. So it did also force me to learn more and figure out, do I want to leave it on the exchange? Is this actually my money? Does this money actually exist, or is it just them pretending like they have that there, or they don't actually have this somewhere that they can give to me if something were to happen? Those were all questions I found out and discovered later. And it's good to understand the risks, especially with the downturn in the bear market. A lot of people figured out that, hmm, where they had their money stashed may not have been the safest place to go. And that's an unfortunate circumstance when it really is a human led business and there can be mistakes, and you have to put trust in the companies that you choose to follow and go with. So all of those are great things to keep in mind as you move forward. But the number one thing is really, you have this money. Well, what can you actually do with it? That's the biggest question that you need to answer and figure out what your goal is and have a plan moving forward. Back to you, Jade.
Absolutely. And thank you for that. It is just further proving the point of what the average consumer goes through. You've heard Craig's experience and you're hearing part of mine. As I was going through this, I notated everything down. I took notes again so I can reach back and help other people. Because if I'm the average consumer, why do I say I'm the average consumer? I'm the average consumer. I'm married. I have children. We're in the educational system. And also, hey, fun fact, poverty threshold. I've gone in and out of poverty threshold my whole life, so I know what that looks like. So, can someone who makes less than $10,000 a year take this method and go and make money, passive money? That was the goal I set out to find, and that's what I discovered. You can for free. It goes all the way from starting that first profile to deciding what your goal is to execution. That's all. Put the proper steps in place and time management, and you can achieve many things and go far. And that's just me, person to person, people to people, right? But as far as being able to take the free money and then making money, that's the trick. And that's where Craig is absolutely right, which is why I prefer you do it this way, our method, right? Which is free versus you spending your money and learning how to fail. Learn how to fail with the free money. That way, when you're ready to spend your money, you can invest properly and you can invest with full confidence, knowing that you have made a sound decision and a firm product that you actually believe in. And you've even picked up a new skill and learned things in the mid time too. So, all of those things being combined will get you to where you're trying to go when you're starting in the world of crypto and Web3. Now, we're going to take time for a little water break, reset the floor, and then I'm going to bring up some of those great platforms that already have incentives and what those incentives look like. Just if you decide, hey, today's the day, I'm going to go sign up. We'll just talk about it. And then, I mean, everyone's heard of other places, right? Like, Stash, Finance, all these places. These places have sign up bonuses. So let's talk about those for a bit and we'll go into the latest news as well. Stay tuned.